the higher the risk of developing congenital malformation in that child. Age is one of the risk factors for having a child with Down syndrome. The next one is menopause or andropause. I explained earlier that as women has hormones that are regulating their reproductive system, men also have hormones that regulate their reproductive system. So as those hormones, some can stop production patapata or reduce in women. That of men too can also reduce. Their major hormone is testosterone. It can also reduce in men. So usually we say, because if I talk on your lebimo, bọ́kùnrin náà bá ṣe ń dàgbà, likely do yẹn náà ó máa máa dínkù. Use of illicit drugs such as marijuana, narcotics, and the likes can lead to sexual dysfunction. Excessive heat from hot pants and tight underwears, especially in fact, women, our wala is too plenty safe. We wear pants, we wear tight, we wear shokoto. Kilo de, kilo pe waist trainer. Jesus is Lord. Please allow your private parts to breathe. Yes, allow that place to breathe. When you do all the packaging and you go out in the morning, once you come back in the evening, please allow the place to breathe. The same thing is applicable to men. Recently, I learned that our young girls, there is one very tight trouser that they wear, even boys, that they will have to wear nylon. It's nylon that will assist them to make them wear the shokoto smoothly. Kilo de. Because of this fashion, no. So we should dress comfortably. We shouldn't be considering this outer place again. That inner place too needs our care. We should consider it when we are dressing up. So that is one of the reasons why women are encouraged not to wear nylon pants, because of the heat. When heat is too much, the microorganisms that live in the vagina naturally, that serves a protective function, once you heat it up, they will start misbehaving. Infection will start taking place. So let us minimize how we heat up that place. Now, what are the psychological consequences of infertility? There is pressure from the family, particularly the in-laws. Pressure here and there. Some people feel pressure, just asking them, they feel pressurized. So let us study every individual that is in this situation, that is waiting on God, and know what best suits the person. If you cannot talk to the person, pray to God. Pray to God, intercede on that person's behalf. The person does not even need to know that you are praying for him or her. They don't need to know. And encourage them. There are some that they feel stigmatized, or there is fear of stigmatization. Nobody is stigmatizing them. They are already stigmatizing themselves that this is the current situation. Some, they become aggressive. We've seen husbands becoming aggressive against the wife. We've seen in-laws becoming aggressive against their daughter-in-laws because they are waiting. Then there is lower level of self-esteem. There is low marital satisfaction. In fact, the focus, whenever they are having sexual intercourse, the focus is when the woman is ovulating. Every other day, no matter, it shouldn't be. There is guilt, there is grief, there is strained relationship with family and friends, there is anxiety related to sexual dysfunction, and there is avoidance of pregnant relations and friends or those with children. You see some women, some couples that are waiting, they don't want to go to gatherings where there are children because they start feeling bad. Now, what can we do? Management. Generally, the management is dependent on the cause. It is the cause that will determine the treatment. But generally, management includes medications that will control or induce ovulation. There are assisted reproductive techniques. We are all familiar with IVF. There are several others. It's not only IVF, there are assisted reproductive techniques. We have artificial insemination of sperm cells. There are several of them. Don't let me bore us with that. Then other options are adoption and surrogacy. Surrogacy is another woman that we assist in carrying the pregnancy, but the sperm cell and the egg belongs to the couple. But the fertilized one will be transferred into another woman that we assist them in carrying the pregnancy to term and deliver the baby. She will be paid, and that. But there are a lot of ethical issues that surrounds that anyway. Now, how do we prevent infertility? All cases are not preventable because there are some cases that have no cause. It is the ones that has cause that can be prevented or that the risk factors can be minimized. And one of the preventive strategies is that women should marry early. We shouldn't start pursuing career at the detriment of family life. Then awareness about what a normal menstrual cycle should be, so that we identify when the abnormal one is taking place. Because the menstrual cycle of a woman is a picture of what the woman's reproductive life is like. If there is an abnormality with the woman's menstrual cycle, there is a very high likelihood that there will be a problem with the woman's level of fertility. Adopting a healthy lifestyle is another one. We should avoid alcoholism, tobacco use, and illicit drug consumption. It's not only codeine and all the likes that is drug abuse. If you are drinking 3 tablets of paracetamol because you have gone to Idumota and you came back, you are tired, you don't need any medicine. You can take a shower and go and sleep. But somebody was telling me that, that is the mentality of an average Nigerian. So if you don't need drug, don't take drugs. The best drug you need is to eat well, drink a lot of water, and rest well. Now, prompt and adequate treatment of sexually transmitted infections should not be ignored. Infections that has to do with the reproductive system should be promptly treated. And preventive measures should not be ignored in adolescent or teenage years. When our young daughters or our sons are telling you symptoms that are suggestive of infection, please do not neglect it. Little girls that are less than 10, they can have reproductive tract infection. So don't let us neglect it. They can have urinary tract infection. And the urinary tract and the reproductive tract, they are next door neighbors. They are very closely related. So don't let us neglect all this. They are very, very important. Now, waiting couples, what are we to do as a church? We are to love them. We are to love them unconditionally. When they are showing aggression, let's love them. Love covers multitude of sin. There is no exception. Let us show them true love. Then let us identify with them. I'm on the next slide already, media. Let us identify with them. We should also pray for them. We should pray for them. We should pray for them. We should also counsel them to cherish their marriage. It is not only because of childbearing that God established marriage, but there is a paradigm shift in our line of thought, especially in this part of the world. Once there is a delay, so we should counsel waiting couples to cherish their marriage. In fact, there are several waiting couples that was when they not a free mind, when God come, we are waiting, that they are living their life, enjoying themselves. Anxiety will affect their hormonal balance. Anxiety does nothing good for this body. Even the scripture tells us that, who among you, through anxiety, can add a cubit to his life? It is not possible. Anxiety will never solve any problem. It will rather impound that problem. So let us learn to lay them all down at the feet of Christ. Something you don't have solution to, that you don't have control over, what will you do? You hand it over to the person that has authority over it. Then we should also encourage them to keep their intimacy alive. They shouldn't drift apart. They should be closely knitted. Then there should be no shifting of blame. They'll start referring to things of the past. Let there be no shifting of blame. Then let them seek medical care. Let them seek medical care. There are a lot of people that are advertising alternative medicine, this, that, and that. Please, let's be careful of approaching these sources. Then, we should also counsel waiting couples to allow others to support them. God has not created any human being to live in isolation. That's why he put us in a family. We have the biological family, we have the family of God. It is such that we can support ourselves when we need support. Nobody can be an island. Nobody can live in isolation. Then we should encourage them to continue trusting